AC Milan revive plans for Liverpool defender Gomez. AC Milan are ready to revive plans for Liverpool defender Joe Gomez. TMW says Milan haven't dropped their interest in Gomez, having come close to landing the England international in August. Gomez was set to be sold to Milan, but then Liverpool pulled out of the deal after Crystal Palace blocked the sale of Marc Guehi. Now Milan are ready to try again for Gomez and will bid for him in January. The Rossoneri have intent to make one defensive signing during the winter market, with Gomez the priority. Arne Slot sent Marc Guehi transfer warning as Liverpool told "People have to remember." Liverpool could return for Crystal Palace defender Marc Guehi in 2026, but Arne Slot has been told that it will take more than that to fix his side's defensive concerns. Crystal Palace captain Marc Guehi almost joined Liverpool during the summer. Already this season, Liverpool has conceded 17 goals in the Premier League in just 11 games. By contrast, Arsenal has let in just 5. In addition to being 8 points behind the Gunners in the league table, Arne Slot's side also has a goal difference that is 14 worse, and after a tough few weeks it finds itself in 8th spot, needing to focus on making the Champions League spots above getting back into the title race. At the back and in attack, Liverpool needs to improve, though it does have some more winnable fixtures coming up. 7 of its next 9 games are against teams currently in the bottom half. But while the last few weeks have been tough on paper and have proven difficult, Emmanuel Petit has insisted more needs to change than just bringing in another defender. "I'm not sure Marc Guehi sorts Liverpool's problems defensively," he told Jeff Bet. They won the Premier League with their defense last season. "The level of some top players like Mohamed Salah has dropped. Alexis McAllister has been a little disappointing. So has Ibrahima Konate too, and Alisson has been injured. Arne Slot is struggling to get a tune out of Liverpool. Liverpool won their game against Aston Villa, and they deserved it. I saw the same spark in some of the players from last season. This is something they were missing at the start of the season. Liverpool will be back. They have the quality and personality, I guarantee it. But they have to remember their movements and composure in midfield last season put the opponents under pressure with their high intensity. It is rare to win the Premier League in consecutive years. People have to remember that." Guehi almost signed for Liverpool on transfer deadline day, only for the deal to fall through when Crystal Palace failed to find a replacement. Manager Oliver Glasner has already confirmed, though, that Guehi will move on in 2026. The Eagles captain has already informed the club that he has no intention of penning new terms and could therefore move for free. They offered Mark a new contract, but he said, "No, I want to make something different." And that's normal, Glasner said in October. "It's how we can deal with this situation. What is the best way to get this next step done? And that's all about how we are talking together."
Marc Guehi will not fix Liverpool's defensive issues under Arne Slot. Liverpool's miserable season continued apace on Sunday, as they were comprehensively beaten by Manchester City. Reds fans have become accustomed to seeing their team in disarray over recent times, and they conceded 3 more goals at the Etihad Stadium. Liverpool have now let the opposition score 17 times against them in the Premier League this season, 11 more than at the same stage last term. Join our newsletter for new smart analysis. Clearly, there is an issue with Arne Slot's defense. Sunday represented the 7th time Liverpool have conceded 2 or more goals in just 11 Premier League matches. For many supporters, much of the blame for this lies at the feet of Ibrahima Konate. The Frenchman has struggled for form since August, but after Liverpool failed to sign Marc Guehi on transfer deadline day, Slot has had little choice but to keep picking him. Guehi continues to be linked with a move to Anfield, with some keen to push the narrative that the Crystal Palace captain would instantly solve Liverpool's problems. However, while Guehi would be a welcome addition, the bigger issue lies elsewhere for Slot. Liverpool must sort their fullbacks out. It is clear that Konate has been out of form this season, leaving Liverpool exposed in defense. The 26-year-old has not looked completely himself, leading to suggestions that his head is already away from Anfield. With his contract expiring next summer, the rest of his body could soon follow. With only Joe Gomez in reserve, Slot has had little choice but to keep playing Konate. But even when the center-back has played well, Liverpool have still conceded goals. The reasons for this are multiple and can even be tracked to the Reds' midfield, who are often far too open and easy to play through. But in the opinion of Rousing the Cop, Slot's biggest problem lies with his fullbacks. The Liverpool head coach is suffering after changing both left and right backs this summer. Milos Kerkez has been a disaster on the left, and while Andy Robertson has been better after winning his place back recently, he has also shown why Liverpool were so keen to replace him. Robertson failed to close Matheus Nunes down for Man City's opener on Sunday, and while the decision to rule out Virgil van Dijk's first-half header was ludicrous, the Scotsman should never have been caught offside to begin with. The chopping and changing between Kerkez and Robertson has led to uncertainty, while a similar scenario has also played out on the opposite flank. Injury to Jeremy Frimpong has allowed Connor Bradley to cement himself, and although the 22-year-old has largely done well, he is still young and is prone to rashness and inconsistency. Liverpool knew they could count on Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold at fullback for years, with real stability formed in the back line as a result. Now that has been taken away, the Reds no longer have a solid and complete unit, and it shows. What is the solution for Liverpool? It is obvious that when one player is not functioning properly, bringing someone else in to do the job can help. As a result, Liverpool would surely be better simply by swapping Konate for Guehi right now. However, the deeper issue of having a lack of consistency in the back four will still remain, and while it does, Liverpool's defensive problems are going nowhere. Kerkez's form is playing a huge part in this, and once the Hungarian settles down, he is likely to become Slot's main man at left back. If his performances improve, that will help massively. But if Kerkez continues to struggle, then Liverpool have a decision to make. Robertson is out of contract next summer, and the door could yet swing open for the Reds to find a new long-term left back. On the right, there are signs that Bradley can be the answer, but he is still throwing in one bad performance after two good displays. When Frimpong returns, there is no guarantee the Northern Irishman keeps the shirt. For years, Liverpool fans knew exactly who would be playing at fullback for them on any given week. Until Slot gets to that point with his team, they will continue to concede goals, Guehi or no.
Ibrahima Konate has option on table as new club makes contact over transfer. Ibrahima Konate is out of contract at Liverpool at the end of the season and could be set for a move to Real Madrid, but Bayern Munich have also been in touch. Ibrahima Konate has sparked fears about his Liverpool exit. Bayern Munich have thrown their hat into the ring for Liverpool's Ibrahima Konate, who could be on the move next summer on a free transfer if his situation remains unchanged. The French centre-back has been heavily linked with a switch to Real Madrid, who previously snapped up Trent Alexander-Arnold from the Reds when his contract ran out. Kylian Mbappe is another big-name player who made a cost-free move to the Bernabeu recently, and now it seems Konate is on Los Blancos' radar as a major contract deadline looms. However, according to Bild, Bayern have reached out to Konate's representatives, expressing interest in bringing him back to the Bundesliga, where he first made waves with RB Leipzig before his move to Anfield. Future developments may depend on whether Dayot Upamecano stays put at the Allianz Arena. Like Konate, Upamecano's contract is set to expire this summer, and should he decide to leave, Bayern might step up their pursuit of the Liverpool star. Real Madrid, with Eder Militao, David Alaba, and Antonio Rudiger among their defensive options, are still considering the possibility of adding Konate to their ranks. Liverpool spent much of last year fielding questions about player contracts. Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk extended their deals later in the season, but Alexander-Arnold dropped a bombshell when he announced his departure for new adventures. Vincent Kompany could look to bring Konate to Bayern Munich. Konate has made 147 appearances for the Reds, but has faced criticism for his performances, fueling speculation that he's already thinking about his next move. However, Arne Slot has been quick to defend the Frenchman, pointing out that he's not the only player struggling for form. He stated, "If you are losing a game of football, then it doesn't help if you lose the ball too many times too easily. He's Konate been one of them, but he's definitely not the only one. If you then lose a game of football, there is so much focus on that one moment that suddenly your 90 minutes have been very, very poor. That's just not the way I analyze the game. In the last two games, it's been obvious and clear that we've made a few errors. Not just him, Konate, but others that we're not used to." Florian Wirtz reacts to Liverpool position change and good feeling before Man City. Florian Wirtz played a different role for Liverpool against Real Madrid midweek, and Arne Slot could repeat the trick against Man City in the Premier League on Sunday. Liverpool attacking midfielder Florian Wirtz. Liverpool star Florian Wirtz says he is happy to play anywhere for Arne Slot after excelling on the left wing against Real Madrid in the Champions League. In what was comfortably his best performance in a Liverpool jersey to date, Wirtz created several chances for his teammates and put in a big shift off the ball too. Ahead of the weekend's trip to Manchester City, he is hoping to retain his place in the starting ET over Cody Gakpo in one of the few selection decisions Slot must make. I just enjoyed to play first of all because I wasn't sure if I would play, so I was happy that I could play, Wirtz told the Reds' official website. I just take the position the manager wants me to play. Of course I'm familiar with this position, but I can also play just in the middle, in the 10 or on the left, and I just try to always give my best and to be important for the team. I think I have already a good connection with my teammates on the pitch. Of course the numbers are not there now, but I just try to give my best every game. That's what I always do. And I'm happy that I can create some chances. Hopefully in the next weeks and months we can score more, but I am just trying to help the team with my strengths. Liverpool attacking midfielder Florian Wirtz. While Wirtz has not scored or assisted in the Premier League so far, he has been best for Liverpool in Europe. The challenge now for the whole team is to translate that form from the Real Madrid game into domestic matters. I think it was very important also for our group, also for the whole club, for the atmosphere, also in the stadium, Wirtz said. We are really happy that we could win 2 times now and hopefully another time on the weekend, then going with a good feeling into the international break. I have to say, I think against Madrid now it was the craziest atmosphere since I am here. I really enjoyed it. How the fans celebrated every action we did. I'm very thankful that they supported us like this. I am looking forward to more nights like this. I think the game against Madrid really helps to get in the right energy, and on the same level, it will be on Sunday. I think it was a good test, and we are ready to compete again. Give him some time! The Arne Slot defends Alexander Isak as Liverpool's record signing returns to training ahead of Man City showdown. Liverpool boss Arne Slot has urged patience with Alexander Isak as the striker returns to full training ahead of Sunday's Premier League clash with Manchester City. The $125 million record signing has missed 4 games with a groin injury, but Slot insists the Swedish forward needs time to regain match sharpness after a frustrating stop-start. Beginning to life at Anfield, Isak could be available for Man City clash. Isak is set to return to Liverpool training after 3 weeks on the sidelines as Slot's side prepare for a crucial trip to Manchester City this weekend. The Swedish forward, who sustained an adductor injury during last month's 5-1 Champions League victory over Eintracht Frankfurt, has not featured since and has spent the past fortnight undergoing a personalized rehabilitation program. Liverpool's medical team confirmed that Isak is now back in full training, though his availability for the City game will depend on how he responds over the next 48 hours. The 26-year-old's return is a timely boost for Slot during a demanding stretch of fixtures. Isak's absence has coincided with a dip in Liverpool's attacking efficiency, forcing the Reds to rely on wide Hugo Ekitike, Mohamed Salah, and Cody Gakpo to shoulder the goal-scoring burden. However, Isak's fitness woes have become a recurring theme since his blockbuster summer move from Newcastle United. After missing most of pre-season due to transfer complications, he has struggled to find rhythm or consistency in Slot's system. The Liverpool manager has therefore stressed the importance of easing his record signing back carefully, with no desire to risk a relapse ahead of a congested winter schedule. Slot not putting pressure on record signing. Speaking at his pre-match press conference, Slot confirmed Isak's return to team training and cautioned against expecting an immediate impact. He will train for the first time today with the team again. After being 3 weeks out, Slot said, I know that I said 3 weeks ago that his preseason has ended, so now it's time for us to see where he is. But I have to come back to those words, because if you are only 3 weeks with the rehab, that doesn't bring you back to the levels he was 3 weeks ago.